Welcome, welcome. Guess what it's time for?
Yay! Black Belt
Yay!
Newscast.
The Black Belt Newscast. It is May 31st, 2024.
Can you
I'm
believe that?
Cindy. I'm Cindy, publisher.
I'm Todd Prater, and I cannot believe it's already the 31st May. Has flown by.
Well, the heat outside is telling me it's May 31st. Although
Oh,
it's
good.
a little better today, cooler, a little more overcast. But I am in Dallas County today.
As am I.
I've been in Demopolis the last couple weeks, so this is kind of neat and different. So as you know, we are live right now. You can make comments and we can answer. And if you have any questions for us, of course, go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com for any other headlines. If you're curious about what else we have covered, we cover Dallas, Perry, Wilcox, Marengo, Lowndes, and Montgomery counties. So we're all over the place. Make sure to sign up for our daily newsletter. This is how you'll get all the headlines from each day at 3:00. It's free. Just sign up and send us your news. If you think you should be in this newscast, send it to news at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com.
You got something you're interested in that maybe we need to cover?
Yes.
We'll follow up on it. Just let us know what it is. That's what we love to do.
We can't be everywhere, but you guys can help us.
That's right.
All right, so let's talk about our first headline. Selma got new police cars, and this is an interesting mix here. We got a press conference from the mayor, James Perkins, that announced, here's your new cars that they had purchased, but they are asking the council for 5 more. So they think they got 10 new ones. They did hire 5 police officers. This was another thing that I saw on Facebook was like, well, I mean, they get new cars, but they need more officers in it. That is true. The current fleet has been aging, has been sidelined because of how old they are and maintenance needed, etc. So this was to keep them on the roads more patrolling. They're adding 5 officers. So this is going to be, it's good for patrolling and hopefully help with the crime issue in Selma. That's the assistant police chief, Natasha Folks. Yeah. And this is the mayor telling the officers about the new vehicles and that they're asking for 5 more. Now, it was tabled at Tuesday's council meeting, the purchase of more vehicles. It's $10,000 a month that they're paying right now. They want 5 more, so they need approval to get more funding. Right. But that got tabled because the police chief is on administrative leave, and he was put there by the mayor, who does not get to appoint the police chief and doesn't like that. So it was supposed to be a disciplinary hearing on Wednesday for the new, or for this chief, Kenta Fulford, who is a pretty popular chief in town. Yeah. But they decided to hold that back until at least another week because the Chief Fulford wanted a little more time to check evidence that was presented with his lawyer. So we'll see how that goes. We do not have a chief at the time. Right now we have the assistant chief.
Right. So that'll come.
Right. So Monday was Memorial Day.
Yes, Memorial Day.
We always like to go. One of the biggest in the Black Belt events for Memorial Day is at Memorial Stadium in Selma, and you were there.
That is the ceremony that was held in front of Memorial Stadium this past Monday. That's Dennis Doherty, the commander of our local VFW, Veterans of Foreign War, Post 3016, who puts on the Memorial Day celebration each year. The Boy Scouts presented the colors, and Aaron Roper, who is he's a member of the VFW there. That's Mr. Doherty. Aaron Roper introduced the keynote speaker, who is Sergeant Major Walker. Sergeant Major, I got her name right here. Sergeant Major Monica Walker. Thank you. There she is. Monica Walker, who is from Montgomery. She spoke on ways we can memorialize the folks who have laid their lives down for our freedom in our actions, how paying it forward or giving back. She had 3 different ways. One of them was to do community service in their honor. One of them was to engage our representatives in championing causes that help to keep Memorial Day, veterans programs intact, to keep them funded. And she also said just to say thank you to some of them. If you just said thank you to our current veterans and in remembrance of those who have died. And, you know, one of the things, too, that they made a point to point out, made a point to differentiate, Memorial Day is for folks who died in battle, who paid the price for our freedom. Veterans Day is for the folks who are currently serving and have served. You know, now Armed Forces Day is specifically for the current active military, but they wanted to make sure they made that distinction. And of course, the Veterans Day celebration is handled by our local American Legion, and that'll be in the same place in a couple months.
Right. I think it never hurts to say thank you for your service.
Never hurts to say thank you. And, you know, the Boy Scouts, if you notice on that last piece of video, that field of flags, that was the Boy Scouts that did that. And one of their ways of saying thank you, not only to the folks who have died in battle, but also the ones who are currently serving. So thank you to the Boy Scouts for doing that. The beautiful field of flags.
Yeah, I think it's also for Woodman Life.
Yeah, Woodman Life was part of it as well.
Yeah, it's really neat. They did that last year for the first time. So you could get in touch with the Boy Scouts if you want to add a flag, because you can sponsor someone with that flag too.
Yeah, and Leith Wilson's the person to talk to. He's a cool guy.
Great. Okay, let's talk about garbage pickup.
Yes. I had, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I had an opportunity to ride along with John Creel, who is the Director of Environmental Services for Dallas County. There's John. I got that same opportunity to do kind of a follow-up about a day ago, and we went to various places in Dallas County that, Cindy, you wouldn't believe how people just throw their trash in piles, and it's not like once or twice. It's piles of trash that have been collected for years and years. Off of Water Avenue, you'll see the video in just a minute. There's a pile of trash right there. He says, because it's summertime and the leaves are grown up, you can't see, but that pile of trash goes on for multiple yards into the woods. There's a pile of tires. There's over 1,000. Oh, and those cigar wrappers like that right there. He says they find those everywhere. People open them up in their car, light the cigar, and throw the paper out the window.
How do they think it gets picked up? If they don't throw it away, what happens? What do they think happens to it?
And somebody has to pick it up. Now, this is in at Craig Field, in the middle of a little subdivision. Most of those buildings in that section are abandoned, but people are using the buildings as garbage dumps. There's also a garbage dump, as you saw, John standing there next to it, behind the houses. And some of that garbage has been there for years. Some of it was just thrown that day. That stack of tires is just off of Water Avenue. There's nearly 1,000 tires stacked up.
Wow.
Here's the problems. The garbage bags, not only do they attract vermin, critters, they poison certain critters like deer. They'll poison turkey. They'll poison anything that you hunt will smell that garbage and eat it. And it puts toxins in their body. The runoff goes into the water table, into the streams, and fish. Streams are toxic. Fish become unedible. One of the reasons why he says he's doing this so adamantly is so his son and his grandson, my sons and grandchildren, your sons and grandsons and daughters as well, can fish for generations to come, can hunt for generations to come, because if we don't do something about it now, it's so bad in our county and counties all around us that streams are becoming unusable, unfishable because they're so toxic.
You know, and then we can't eat the fish, and that's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I love it, and I love eating the fish out of it. But right now, you got to be careful how many fish you eat out of the streams and lakes around here. And those tires, mosquitoes like crazy. We open the doors of the truck to get out and close them. Open them back to get back in and close them. The interior, just those few seconds, was full of mosquitoes. We had to roll the windows, come out. It's a health hazard, and he's on it. And there will be details coming up about how he's catching the people and what he's going to do to them when he catches them if they don't clean it up voluntarily.
Hey, let's go to a positive.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Asher HaVon.
Yeah.
The city of Selma has named May 21st Asher HaVon Day. And what's neat about it is that's the day that he won the 25th The Voice competition. And that's him when he was in Selma before he won. See, there he is. And his mom is with him. And this is where we celebrated Asher in the community. And he's made a real splash with nationally they love him, but he's from Selma. And we have some really great video with his mother and celebrating him winning.
Yeah, and that's so cool that somebody, just a local boy from here.
So every May 21st from now on is going to be Asher HaVon Day.
And that's cool. And don't forget, now all that video is on blackbucknewsnetwork.com.
Yes.
YouTube channel. So go check that out.
All right. I want to go to Wilcox County for a minute.
I love Wilcox County. I was there this morning.
We have two stories out of Wilcox next. One is about the Tour of Homes recently gave $60,000 they have from what they earned with their Tour of Homes in March, that they are donating some of the funds to the communities that open houses and welcome people. So that's Oak Hill, Camden, Furman, and Pineapple. And those communities over the last few years have hosted the annual tour. And so they wanted to make sure to pay it forward through the ticket sales. And it's a real profit maker for them that allows them to be able to bring more people in to Wilcox County to see how awesome the county is. And it was really fun. I went in March.
It also helps on preservation and restoration of some of these historic homes and buildings and whatnot too. Because
so beautiful.
They are so beautiful, and it's so nice to be able to step back into the past and kind of get in touch with how we got where we are now. You know?
I need to do I have a reel I need to do of, there's a portrait in this river bend that is Napoleon, that was commissioned by Napoleon's son. And it's really neat. Yeah, it's really old. And I've got a close-up of it. I don't think it's a part of this collage, but I'll make sure to show that next time.
Yeah, that'd be interesting because, we have a lot of connections to Napoleon in West Alabama. Demopolis and Linden both are towns that are connected.
Right.
They are Napoleonic exiles.
French exile, yeah.
Linden was originally Hohenlinden, was a German thing, but Napoleonic exiles lived in both areas.
Yeah, that's how Demopolis, the city of the people.
Yeah.
Demopolis. Yep. So I want to talk about a young Wilcox business owner. And so while I was at the Tour of Homes, I made sure to make a stop in Camden to the businesses, and I met Celie McGilberry. She is 17 years old, and she told me about how she started this business when she was 15 called River and Company, and it's a clothing boutique. And as you can see, it's very colorful. And she started it online first, and then she is on her second actual standalone brick and mortar store. Look at all these things that she has. Jewelry and dresses and pajamas, bags, handbags. She says she started she was bored and didn't have an after school sport. So she took some of her savings and bought a supply of popular items she thought she could sell and sold them on Facebook first, and then got to where she has a standalone store, and now you can find these. And I was like, how do you know what's hot right now? I mean, what's trendy besides just being fashion savvy? And she said that she goes to markets, and the markets is where they will show vendors will show off what they have going on that they determine. But she also does polls and checks out her social media stuff with her buyers and asks her audience, what do you like? And just keeps her ear to the ground. So it's pretty neat. I can't believe that. 17 years old.
Very astute, smart young lady. That is very impressive. I want my kids to watch that. They need to get them.
I know. She makes it look easy, but I'm sure it's not, especially being open on the weekends. And that's her. She's a homeschools now, so she has time, adjusts her schedule around it. So that's just really unique, and I really enjoyed her.
Impressive, yeah.
So let's go back. Let's go to Demopolis. What starts on Saturday?
Oh, the Demopolis Farmers Market. I love the Demopolis Farmers Market. It will start up 8 a.m. until I think it's going till 4.
1.
I'm going to 1 this Saturday, because this is the first one of the year. But after this Saturday, they're going to be 8 a.m. until noon in the public square. But this Saturday is special because there's going to be vendors, there's going to be arts and crafts, all the fresh vegetables, and a lot of
Don't they have a bluegrass band too?
Do what now?
A bluegrass band will be there.
Yeah, there's going to be a bluegrass band. I had the name of them. Right? Yeah, here we go. The Bluegrass Cartel's the name of it.
Yeah.
So they're going to be playing music. And they did recommend that you bring a lawn chair so that you can sit down in front of the stage and enjoy some of that beautiful bluegrass music and some of the fresh refreshments that they'll have out there.
That's how you know it's summer as well. So if you go to
a lot of fun.
Yep. Go to blackbeltnewsnetwork.com because we actually have a farmers market roundup. I started it last year and have updated it as much as I can for this year for all the different farmers markets in the Black Belt that are open during the summer. So if you have know of a farmers market in the Black Belt that is not on that list, email it to news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. It's in the story as well to suggest, if the hours have changed this year from last year, etc.
And if we know where those farmers markets are, we can use those during our camping adventures in the Black Belt to go get food, to get that taste of the Black Belt that we like to do.
So camping adventures in the Black Belt. We're not there this week. It feels like we were just there. We have been in Marengo County at Fosque. We have been in Dallas County at Grist, and we've been in Wilcox County at Roland Cooper. And I want to show this little clip here of my experience at the Pecan. Now, the Pecan is right next door to Sealy's the River and Company.
Right.
And I didn't go shopping. I didn't get to shop at her place this day, although I did pop in and say hi to her. But this brunch at the Pecan is like high end. Okay. It's so yum. And I am talking there. You'll get to hear it when we have our camping in the.
Yeah. Well, that one hits. You'll be able to hear that.
Yeah. When this edition comes out.
Lord, look.
This one is almost ready. Look at how good that is. Ooh.
Wow.
So yum. That fluff, they call it fruit fluff. It's ambrosia is what I've always called it. That's ambrosia. So I talked there about, and I think, let me back up. That was fun. This is the front of the Pecan.
Yeah.
And it's just such a neat place.
I've been through that one time, and I was like, there's so much stuff to look at, so much stuff in there. I was like,
they have a lot of flavors
over here. Yeah.
Yep. They have a lot of flavors for sale too, but I didn't see a whole lot of like super local stuff. There was something out of Georgia and Mississippi and that kind of thing. But
it's
anyway,
still
they also have ice cream.
Stuff. Yeah.
They also have ice cream. So
That is a beautiful spread, man. That looks really good.
I am really impressed with Camden and where Camden is coming, how they're growing up. I mean, just really big stuff. Okay, so
can I? I forgot to tell you about this. I didn't tell you about this a minute ago, but while we're speaking of Camden, I was down there visiting with Taylor Ward at CT Ward Power Sports today, and he asked me to MC it June 15th. Saturday, June 15th, the Catfish Jugging Tournament at Roland Cooper State Park. So we got to get ready for some catfish jugging. We'll talk more about that later, but I want to throw that in.
Yes. And there is a segment in our Camping in the Black Belt and at Camp Grist where I show you some of my catfish stinky that I use with gloves.
And you mush it.
You mush it onto the hook and the treble hook. You got to get it real trebly. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I might do that. I talked about doing it last year.
You should. We need to get you and Sarah out there and have.
I know I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at catfishing, but I like it.
You don't have to be. It's all about fun.
Yeah, tell her we're gonna get in there.
Yeah.
Do it this year. Okay. I always like to make sure that we thank our sponsors because we couldn't do it without Randall Miller Funeral Services. Giving a thoughtful final gift to your family by using them for your pre-planning for funerals. It saves your family from having to make the arrangements and guess at what you're going to want and do. Plus, they help save you money. Randall Miller Funeral Services, absolutely. RandallMillerFuneralServices.com. Best way to do it if you have to. We all do eventually. But we thank them so much for being an awesome sponsor. If you want to be a sponsor, email us, news@blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. We're always looking for openings and opportunities to help us afford to do this, but also get your name out there to our viewers. And you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're everywhere. Follow us at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. I had a sneeze for a second. It just went away. So I guess I'm done. So weird. I know.
Oh, it is live too, so nothing you do.
It is live. I was just going to mute it and sneeze. I was just going to do it, y'all. All right. We're so glad to see everybody this weekend.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff coming up this week that will
we have so much going on right now. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
We'll keep you posted at blackbeltnewsnetwork.com. That is how you'll know what's going on. And we will see you guys next week.
See ya.